Today we are going to talk about line graphs. We use a line graph to represent data that changes over time. So if we are studying something and we're taking, say, a measurement over time. One example would be if you are growing a plant and you are taking measurements of how tall this plant is, say every day. You would be seeing how it is growing and how tall it is day after day after day after day. And this we would use a line graph. That is probably the best way to show this. So I'm going to show you an example on the board. We are going to say school enrollment. We're all in school, and we know that from year to year we have a different number of students in our school. So I'm going to say we're at school A, and I started studying this in 2015 and all the way up to 2022. I recorded the number of students in our school each year. And now I am constructing a graph. I put the year on the bottom, and then I'm going to put the enrollment, and that is in number of students, abbreviate that, and I'm incrementing by 50, 100, 150, 200, etc., etc. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to put a dot at each data point. So at year 2015, I'm going to be at 150 students. At 2016, I'm going to be at 175, I'm going to estimate. 2017 at 180, so that's pretty close to that. 2018, 165, that's about there. 2019 at 200. At 2020, we were at 220 students. At 2021, we were at 250, and at 2022, we were at 275. Okay, now that I have my series of dots, I am going to connect all my dots with line segments. So we can see just by glancing, and if we know that these are the years moving forward, and this is the enrollment, the number of students, we can see what is happening to our school population. Now, it is also possible to represent two sets of data on the same graph. What if we were also looking at a nearby school? Let's say school B. And we were going to also look at their enrollment data. So I'm going to make up some numbers here to show you. I'm going to say we were at 130, and then 150, 210, 225, 200, 190, 175, and 150. Okay? So say that is this school's enrollment. Now I'm going to represent it on the same graph. Now what we have to do is have a key, like we did with our double bar graphs. So I'm going to say this dot, the points represented by the dots, that's school A. And then I'm going to choose a different symbol for school B. I'm going to say an X. So that's school B. So now, in the year 2015, this school started off at 130, which is right here about. And then it went up to 175, and then 180. Nope, I'm sorry. I didn't do that right. This would be at 150. Looking at the wrong one. Then 210. Then 225. And then 200. Oh, they were equal right there. 190. 175. And then 150. Now I'm going to connect all of my X's with lines. So if you had two different colors of pencils or markers or pens, or I could have used a different color dry erase marker. So we can see now, if we knew that one set of data was one school and another set of data was the other school, we can see what was happening at the same time to their school population. So that is how you construct and interpret line graphs. Now go practice.